Yeah, so you visit the Empress inside her private chambers, and you also see standing beside her is an elderly man, half elven in appearance, long black hair that's combed over back over his head, and he has some familiar resemblance to somebody I've seen before, but can't quite tell. Yes.
Just scroll back a moment. Speaking of visiting the Empress' private chambers.
I knew it the moment I said it was like, well, I shouldn't have picked that phrase.
Also, we can just, before we go in, who said it?
And you see also Pennybrooks stands by the door. It's him who actually beats you inside. And he introduces you each with titles and so forth, probably by your guildmaster title, whatever you have picked at this point. And says, Hounds of War, allow me to introduce you to Holy Empress Saravena Rakoth III and the Prime Realm Protector Othstar.
Othstar? I know Othstar.
Yeah. Othstar is the ancient silver dragon who's protected the Drakonian Empire since its foundation after the Hex Rule.
Is he here?
Yeah.
Look around.
Again, and you can see he's this stoic half-elf. A completely crystal blue eye, and the other one is just completely void, like milky white, as if he's blind on that one. Greetings. Greetings, Hounds of War.
Greetings.
I have a tale of your exploits, and I must say I am duly impressed.
We aim to serve as best we can.
And the Empire thanks you for your efforts and your valor. So, yeah, beginning was like, cool. Yeah. So, gonna have dinner or?
She invited us to this thing, right?
What?
She invited us to this.
Yeah.
Thing. And is this a like a shindig, or is this a business proposal?
Well, essentially, she starts to ask questions regarding the Delta Bay, regarding what were the experiences, what have you learned, so forth. It's not as much as inquisitive as curiosity, because you take it. The Empress probably knows more than you do, but a woman has the secrets and so forth, and the ruler certainly does. And Othstar just nods a couple of times, like, I'm gonna say, because you have the highest wisdom modifier, I'm gonna make you roll.
Passive wisdom, passive perception?
Yeah.
So that's 24.
Yeah. Again, I think the only one who can beat you is Blake, but he's not here, so too bad. If you can roll a wisdom check.
Sure. That would be an 18.
Yeah, okay. You can tell, even though the resemblance is very faint, you do see some semblance to Saravena, the dragon woman of your crew, too.
Right.
No, you didn't. As you had some suspicion. You talked about maybe thinking she was Othstar at some point.
Alright, so I just noticed the resemblance. Alright.
Again, it's very faint. Probably because their true forms are not half-elf, so...
Yeah, I sit on the information for now. I mean, it doesn't seem polite to just burst out.
What? What?
You look an awfully lot like...
You know what you remind me of?
So, if I might inquire, what are your next goal in mind?
Well, we may go on some personal business that needs handling.
Certainly.
We actually have not discussed our next course of action yet.
Oh.
We have options.
Oh.
We have a lot of bids right now. Actually, we've got people.
We're seeing other people.
And background, you hear Othstar like.
But of course, we will continue aiding the Empire as best as we can. Also, now that we have our guild.
Oh yes, and congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you. But yes, we are aiding the Cloud Tribe as well as the shard mines at the moment.
Oh, you're talking about the people of Solution, I take it?
Yes, we believe it to be a good idea to uphold the good relationship between the Empire and the Celestials.
That is true. I only recently have learned that, well, that the island existed at all.
Of course, but we thought that perhaps in the future they might lend us their aid against the Drakonian Empire, Dynasty Empire.
Yes. And you hear Othstar, I say, for the same time. And you recall, during the whole Omentide fight, there was some giant eagles from Solution who actually aided you.
Nice.
Empress, we of course have been answering a lot of your questions. What we would describe as answer one man. We wonder how you would feel the war is going.
A lot of innocent lives are lost. That cannot be denied, nor should it. We are gathering allies as quickly as possible, but time and resources seems always to be not in our favor. Currently we're still building up our navy, which takes more time than anticipated. Yeah.
What's the reason for the outbreak of the war again?
Well, essentially there was an armistice between Gunwell, the nation of Delta Bay, for instance, residing, and Caracas. Meaning that if one invaded the other, the Empire would assist the other part.
Okay.
And Caracas then started to invade Gunwell. Yeah. Well, the Empire...
First World War killed
the Empire sent its fleet, the largest in the whole Trinevalt area. Unfortunately, the Caracas naval strength was far larger than anticipated, and they also had recruited pirates. So they decimated the navy. And now they're slowly gathering vessels, primarily from Molokai, which is down south of Rollingar here. Yeah. And also from Windstark and Ringard.
Great.
Sorry, so she was saying she is collecting allies around. Does she continue, or she's still?
No, again, she essentially finished after saying that rebuilding the fleet takes longer than wanted or anticipated.
Do you have reason to believe that the Drakonian Empire is perhaps working?
If they were seeking help someone else, yeah.
Well, and you see Othstar like leans in and whispers something in the end. She says, "Well, we always anticipated." Again, and Blake leans in and says, "I'll tell you later. I can read lips." But essentially, what she tells you is that, well, we always anticipated that to have some outsider help. The nation of Caracas cannot sustain its people. It's a wasteland. There's no way that you can feed them all. How they do so, we do not know yet. Neither my spies or agents have been able to gather intel.
Do you have any prime suspects?
Othstar looks towards you and says, "My personal theory is that they have some assistance from the Underdark." The Underdark is like the society beneath the ground, primarily lived by evil drows and dwargars. For instance, the nation of Molokai is lived by or inhabited by drows who forsook the evil nature and lived in the surface. That's also for the reason why they are not sensitive to the sunlight anymore.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't the Witch Queen a drow?
No, she was a hackspawn, I believe.
If I would be so bold, I feel that the Hounds of War proved themselves on many an occasion, not only in skill but also in loyalty to the Empire. Perhaps we could be of great assistance than how we have been. We travelled into Delta Bay, a group of 7 of us, and within 3 weeks the town was liberated. We are effective, we're small, but we also have many, we're also skilled and can tackle just about any problem. If you want the war to end with Caracas, I would say you need to drag out their partner out into the light and then chop off that connection. Especially before Caracas itself starts getting allies.
Tis true. Tis true.
We have been hearing some rumors, though.
Have we?
Yes.
Alright, I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no!
I did cast Halfway on her.
Protection. What did you say?
Charisma saving throw.
Oh, charisma. Oh no. 7.
Yeah.
Othstar just gives you a glance and you feel compelled to tell him.
We've heard the Witch Queen has returned.
Aurora.
And you can see the Empress just falls silent. She looks towards you, but like, then, like this.
Inside check.
Yeah.
7.
She seems confused. Is not the right word. Perplexed, maybe. Like, what? Witch Queen? She said, right. Othstar looks towards you again, not magically compelling you anymore, but it's like, and who told you of this?
Can't remember.
You were informed by Seeker, the necromancer that essentially is puppeteering the Lich Ezekiel.
Ah, yes. We heard it from, well, not reliable source, but we heard rumors.
Yes, and to answer my question, who are your source?
The necromancer.
And he takes a step forward, and you just, in just the briefest moment, you feel like the tremor of an ancient being older than beyond reckoning. Just, do I need to pull the name out of your tongue, or will you tell me who?
Hey, whoa. Hello. Hi, sorry, are we threatening each other, or?
And yes, I'd like you to make a wisdom save.
Well, that's good.
And I need the monster manual again.
With advantage, though, right? Because I'm so wise.
Yeah, the manual. It is the monster manual.
The monster manual.
14! That's not gonna make it. No, fuck.
You are terrified and fall silent.
Yeah.
This is worse than hell!
Perhaps we should all cool our heads. I do understand that the Witch Queen.
And he just, who?
Seeker.
Thank you. And it starts to take a step back again, and the effect dissipates again.
Is our game fuck this guy?
Yeah.
In game. Fuck this guy! Listen, I'm sorry. I thought that we were allies in this.
Yes, that apparently withhold information.
We just need to also
We withhold rumors. We told you every single rumor we heard. We could be here all day talking your ears off. Yes.
We're not your employees.
No, you're not. And you can see the Empress like bits like awkward. Maybe we should take a walk. Othstar, I believe also. Maybe you should take a rest again. And
Yeah, go sleep, bitch.
Yeah.
and he walks out, and Davy, you just shove to the side as he walks past you.
Here's a fuck that guy.
Please. Words, gentlemen, words.
It's just not a plan.
I apologize. Othstar is a bit set in his ways.
Conservative.
You know how
Dick.
the elderly can behave.
Do you not like people like that?
No, but he has been useful and
I'm sure.
has protected this realm more times than anyone can count.
Maybe he's the Witch
Conspiracy.
No.
Listen, we'd be willing to investigate these rumors of the Witch Queen further. That is something that is entirely within our abilities. However, that would require you to trust us. That involves not, say, magically seizing our sort of secrets out of our minds. That's
Yes, and I do apologize.
But of course, I mean, if the Witch Queen has returned, then she's an existential threat to all of us, and would be absolutely worth investigation. But we would need some help.
Then tell me, what do you need?
Well, so I know we've been here before, but wouldn't we have to go to Caracas and investigate what the sort of the causes of the war? I mean, investigate the people at the top?
The Witch Queen, last time she was seen, she did some kind of spell and basically destroyed a chunk of land.
Yeah,
and that was attached to
that way you could see Novinia.
It was all over to the north.
And then started to slide up north.
And it was a place it was Briarwell, right? A place that none of us have been.
Jace has
been there. Jace, how was that?
I think let's see. There's two options. I think what you suggest is actually very good. Is a good thing if we want to look for the connection to Caracas. But while these two ideas are still separate, we should maybe handle those two separate issues until we have a direct connection between Caracas and the Witch Queen. If we want to investigate the Witch Queen, I think we should head up north. But I also think
her old haunt.
What?
To her old haunt.
Yes, and find out what happened back then.
That makes sense.
But if we want to look into Caracas, I think we should go there.
One problem, gentlemen, would be the fact that it is currently residing within the Oblivion Rim, a place that no one has ever visited and returned back to.
Oh, someone has to be the first.
Excuse me, sorry. Let's go back. The Oblivion Rim?
Yes. The sea surrounding all of Trinevalt is called the Oblivion Rim. And it's due to the fact that there are gargantuan sea monsters and shipwrecking storms combined with the anti-magical mist.
Yeah.
So getting in there is essentially a doom.
Well, the game has done sometime.
But how did we? That was her. The area. The Brow was her kind of old. That was her base.
No, not per se. All her forces were simply pushed up through the continent, and the final battle took place between Greydale and.
What was the Queen's sort of?
That would be Greydale itself, not Briarwell. That's just merely a part of Greydale.
So would we go to Greydale? But if she back, would she go back? I don't know.
I think going back to where it all happened at least would give us a concept of what happened and what we could be dealing with. I mean, maybe she just went off and died. But at the same time, actually, I think what you suggest about investigating Crocus first is probably best. Because there we can... I mean, right now this is only a rumor. We've heard from one necromancer who's not particularly trustworthy source.
And like this, sometimes it's just best to fight the enemy you can see in front of you rather than trying to find the invisible enemy you can.
And if we do draw out... I also think we should try to destroy one enemy at a time.
Also, do we have the ability to contact Seeker?
If you see...
We have a sending stone! Seeker, hello!
Oi!
We'll wait for it. But would it be possible for us to? Well, it would if the Karakan army is hiring pirates.
We could pose as
aren't we
pirates.
Just pirates?
With the Sky Nomad.
I was thinking that maybe we should look into the Underdark.
Connection.
Yeah.
Well, the only known entrance to the Underdark would either be the Dawn Islands down south, or within Frostdeep, near, I believe, the city is called Othstar.
Well, we just recently did like a cold campaign, so I think we should go somewhere more instead.
Somewhere nice and jungly. Is it jungling in that? Ooh. Jungles.
Certainly. I do not know much about the Dawn Isle. I know it's currently resided by, or inhabited by stone giants and green dragons, as far as I recall. It's one of the reasons why it's not inhabited by common civilized races.
And what is the entrance? What is it? Just
according to the ancestors of the people of Morokai, there are some mountains that have some tunnels that lead directly into the Underdark.
And what was the connection to the Underdark again?
The Underdark was perhaps aiding Caracas.
Yeah, it propping Caracas up.
Perhaps
so you would,
the Witch Queen has gone under.
So what would the plan be? Just go down there and then...
The plan would be basically to somehow separate the two.
Negotiate?
Perhaps. In some way, get the Underdark to stop propping up Caracas and then Caracas fall by itself.
Do we think we have the skills to do that? The diplomat?
Yeah, we're like level 12.
Negotiate with the... okay, sure, alright.
I mean, even just cutting them off, it's hard to get back between Underdark and Caracas.
But there's only 2 entrances.
1 or 2 known entrances.
Dawn Isle and
So what do you-
Frosty.
What's your passive perceptions?
14.
12.
10.
Passive perception, 24.
Ooh.
All you above 16,
Yeah, no.
you start to hear a roar reverberating throughout the city. And you are quickly to react, so you actually walk over to the window. And in the distance you see this flying black figure growing larger and larger.
There's something out
2
there.
black wings.
I think it's a dragon.
And what you see in the moment, just before you see this acid breath coming towards the actual castle or the palace, and you jump for cover,
Yeah.
is this black dragon. But across its scales are these red ruby veins, and its eyes are completely bulged and so forth. It looks grotesque, like an organ inflated. And then the acid just...
Oh, shit! Alright.
Initiative.
Yeah, I think so.
What the heck? Oh boy! Oh boy! We're gonna find out really frustrated, guys.
It's a good thing that you pissed off the silver dragon inside the room.
Okay, I'm sure he's gonna be...
He's gotta be close by.
To be fair,
Don't get me wrong, he was a dick.
I mean, he's not just protecting us, he's also protecting the Empress and the palace and the people in it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you could choose not to do anything, but I mean, that would seem...
That's his
I
problem.
mean, that's his thing, not ours, that's surely. Surely. Ooh, it's huge.
It's
Huge. No, actually, I need to make sure...
So you say the diameters of this being is 15 by 15 feet.
Yep.
Okay, just check.
Yeah. Have people
Initiative.
roll the initiative and place the guys and so forth.
Yay! A natural one.
what the heck?
Perfect.
Holy shit, poor! I got a 9.
9.
Alright, what's the... let's wait for this to
Let's see here.
Need this guy.
Gonna need your spells now, bro.
The bitch. Where's your magic now, bitch?
Do you have royal summons with you?
Nope.
Nope.
Not for a. Well, not for a.
Visit with the
No, that makes sense.
Empress.
Actually, none of us know anything about magic items.
I think that would be bolder. I would like you to invite.
Well, I'm wearing armor, I could ask you.
No, I guess theoretically I'm not.
I'm not.
No, those 2 to my AC.
So, then what did you roll?
Fortunately, big
9.
9? Yes.
4.
Yeah,
That
1.
Also 4.
It's the lowest I can roll.
And
You also rolled 1,
No.
bitch?
No, I rolled
18.
Oh, good.
18.
So, here's a question.
Yeah?
You can rearrange the.
Do we want to rearrange this?
I don't know. Where's the...
Yes, you can if you
Oh
want.
shit, DM is
I don't know. I mean...
Again, I just have to roll over double digits.
Yeah.
Yeah, we rolled really shit.
Yeah, we rolled really awful best.
So the question is... I mean, don't think it...
No.
The question is
I
it
would
will
like
be
to be
another...
for Alistair though, because I rolled better than him.
So you are going to use this ability. You're going to waste the ability for that. That is unfortunate.
You have to move it. Why?
just
better.
just for that. Like when you can rearrange everyone.
It doesn't do a heck of a lot here.
No.
But it's only ours that he can rearrange.
Yeah, but allied creatures.
Oh, okay, so we wouldn't be
Can
able to
I-
put ourselves before the dragon.
No.
Fuck it.
we switch Yiva, so it's one of us instead of Yiva. Right?
Who, but
Yeah.
why not give it?
Yeah,
Because oh yeah.
Yiva's on the bad as well.
Oh, we just, well, we can, yeah, it's fine. What's the situation? What does it look like? Where is the dragon flying outside the window?
Essentially, it came crashing down, clawed its way into the stone walls. Just.
Inside the room.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it
we-
was kind of on show.
Don't-
Again, essentially, it clasp around the windows and then breathe acid in, and that is sprayed
Do we
into.
have to roll something for that?
Or no, because you all managed because he is so
okay, so we
quick.
did.
Are Jason scrying here?
I'm gonna say no because
because then
I don't have the stats and all
I
that.
just wanted to hear.
This is the door, right?
Yeah.
So we can just go. That thing can't get through the door. We'll just go.
You're right. The acid-breathing giant dragon can't get to the door.
We can't get through
That's
the door right now.
only it. We just lost the door behind us and had to knock and
So-
then they
No,
know.
I'm just saying, if we saw it coming, wouldn't we have then sort of taken action? How much time did we end up having as it came closer? Like none. Enough
Because
to
if
avoid the
Neris saw it
accident.
as a small thing that grew.
No, it's up to you.
What?
It's a DM. I mean, it's more
Can we react to it?
because you're saying we avoided.
You avoided the attack.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna allow.
But now all this is acid.
Yeah. Roll the 100, then we'll determine how bad
To me. Very.
Rubbish.
There you go.
Hey. 10.
Oh, it's not that bad.
See.
So here
Oh.
is acid.
So Neris just got out of the.
Yeah, okay.
Just 3 step back.
Just enough so we can't get it.
Again, she gets this feral wildling woman look now as her dress starts to slowly becomes more and more risque.
Oh no, Neris.
Guys, we should really keep going on this whole comment thing because.
So Barry, I think something is poking me.
Oh no.
So what's happening?
Neris,
You're up, baby.
now yeah.
Right, sorry. I...
come on.
2 seconds. I just need to make...
It just spotted something in the corner. You don't know what.
Does no one understand that? Come on.
Yeah.
Can you write it down?
I think it's time to become a stone elemental. Oh, no, earth elemental, sorry.
Derek?
Does the creature seem to be? Is it like going for someone particular, or is it just attacking the place?
Roll an insight check. Here you go.
Thank you.
16. Oh. It seems bent on carnage and destruction, no doubt about it, but it does seem to eye towards the Empress quite apparently.
Yeah.
Where is she?
This
She is near. Yeah.
Wow, subtle. Yeah, cool.
Well, there was no wish creeping anything good.
So?
So I... So you say that the thing is looking towards her?
Hmm?
Is it still breathing that acid?
Essentially, you hear this gurgling noise as you start to recharge his breath.
Well,
Sort of still.
then I think I might just try to strike it with my earthy fists.
No! Get down! Bad kid!
So I have... Let's see, what is it that a earth elemental can do? Oh, I make 2 slam attacks. So that is...
Come on, Slayer, and welcome to the channel.
So that would be 15 and 21.
Only the last one hits.
Okay, so it would
The first one you actually connects to the snout, but just
take a grand total of...
Don't you actually like move into ranges?
Sunny.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I... so it takes 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
cool.
And that's my turn.
Is this wall?
Yeah, 13 range.
13.
Do some damage.
Yeah, probably.
At the end of your turn, it's used legendary action. I'm gonna say you need to make a dexterity save, Varys.
A dexterity
I
save.
think you're the only one affected by it. Yeah.
That is 10.
Next week you're finding. Oh wait, no, not right.
Not enough. You take a total of, let's see here, 11 points of bludgeoning damage, so half. But,
Okay.
but you are not prone.
Ooh.
And the dragon can then fly half its speed.
Oh.
So it crashes into the room without using any movement.
Clear.
Is that?
Further, and then towards me.
Ooh. Hi.
Yeah, again. Also remove it.
Move.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi.
And then it's turn.
Is it the size of it in this room? Is it kind of up against the?
Again, it swings as a scraping of the leg against the.
Sure.
Scrape. It's a grape.
So.
Let's see here.
Hi.
So I'm gonna say Ears and the Empress needs to make a dexterity save.
Who's the Empress? She's the Empress.
Yeah.
Dexterity save. Well, I'm good at those. Hey, that's not bad. Dexterity save. That's 17.
17 is not enough.
Empress gets +4 on hers.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Oh, wait. Not never. Sorry, I didn't get to it. I should have cast something before the dragon arrived. Like mirror image or study the dance, maybe? Well, okay. Now I just melt, probably.
Oh no. Oh, you're the
It's
dog.
gonna be melted.
Oh boy.
Let's see here. Well, Ears, you take 60 points of acid damage. The Empress is immediately slain and starts to melt.
What the fuck? River.
So
How sad would she be to be like reborn a goblin?
yeah, no, that's what I thought exactly.
She's melting
No,
though.
I'm not.
But I was just going to check something. I mean, I wouldn't be able to cast it now anyway, but
Acid! She didn't have more than 30 hit points?
She's just a regular NPC.
Damn it.
She's not a class though.
Well, she should have some. She's the fucking Empress.
No, oh no.
How did...
Everything's
I'll
going to shit.
I'll freak out later.
Fuck.
And I think that's my turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Rush.
Save something of the Empress!
scooping some of her into a vial.
No, but like, sure. She's the Empress of the largest kingdom in the world, right? She has to have some. There has to be some contingency.
As
Yeah,
my
you take as much.
bonus action, I will activate my Boots of Haste.
Yes.
Um,
Actually, make a perception check
A perception check.
because you are facing out towards the window right now. No, the dragon is in your view, so you don't see anything. You can hear some noise coming further from the streets of the city.
And now we're not guildmasters anymore, and we
Okay,
have no reaction.
I
But at least
will
we have each other.
use my
The power of friendship.
movement
And good time.
to come up like here on the side by the door, where I hope that it won't hit me with its tail, and then I will summon a dagger and stab it in the side.
Yeah.
Come on, baby, come on. 27.
Yay!
27, that hits.
Yes, it does. That is 1, 2, 4 plus 5.
Yes, it does.
9 points of damage.
Yeah, cool.
And I think that's my turn because I only get my action for
You don't get sneak attack?
Yeah, you do.
I'm there.
Do I get sneak attack?
Why wouldn't you? You're sneaky and shit.
Well, wouldn't you?
You're sneaking attack unless he doesn't consider me a threat.
Hi.
I consider you lunch.
Okay. Thank
You shouldn't melt me.
10, 19,
Like soup.
20, 21, 22 plus the 9, so that is 29.
Impressive.
Yes.
And that's your turn, then?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I only get the extra action on my next turn because I've only just activated.
Then it uses its legendary action to make a tail attack against you.
Oh no! I thought I couldn't. I want to uncanny dodge.
Cool. Well, with a plus 11 to hit, that's going to be a 23.
It's
Again, you're not wearing your armor, I guess, because you're wearing a dress right now.
Oh fuck! Yeah! Oh no!
I'm taking too much enjoyment out of this.
Oh no!
But do make sure that it doesn't just cancel out because I have the same AC regardless.
No, I don't know how much.
That's gonna be 11 points of bludgeoning damage as the tail just.
Was that halved?
No, that's that full, so half to 5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like it just.
Well, I took 60 points of damage from this attack. You took 5.
And
The tail attack.
Why couldn't she have gotten the acid and I got the tail attack?
Better than you.
Sibling rivalries.
yes, then it is
I have no idea.
Ias' turn.
Alright.
10 plus your
Jesus.
dex modifier without armor.
The vein starts to bulge as blood is just.
I don't know. I don't like that. I cast Wall of Force around it.
Yeah. What kind of save?
There isn't one. An invisible wall of force brings into existence at a point you choose within range. It can be free floating or rest on sort of surface. You can form into a hemispherical dome or a sphere with a radius of up to 10 feet.
Yeah.
Just around this motherfucker. It just happens.
Yeah, and what does it do?
There's just an invisible wall of force that it can't get through in there. It's right around it.
10 feet? That's not
No,
enough.
no, a radius.
Oh,
A radius.
so it can't get through.
Nope. So around it. Alright guys, so I bought us 10 minutes. That's how long this spell is going to last and I can have to concentrate on it.
Concentrate real bad.
Yeah, so what do we do? Do we get back up? We've got to save the Empress.
The Empress is melting right now.
So,
Can't.
we need to get that silver dragon. The only
At
way
this
we can-
point, you see outside an ancient dragon, silver dragon, fighting against 2 other black dragons.
Okay, alright.
Alright.
I take a greater healing potion.
Jeg har det også her, hvis det er. Grading.
44
4
plus 4.
How long does it take to put on armor? How long does it take to put on armor?
Armor? Short rest, so about half an hour to an hour.
Plus 4? Great. No, det er fordi jeg tænker superior. Hvad er superior?
Supreme er...
Superior 8d4 plus 8.
ja, superior, ja.
No, I'm gonna take greater. I said like an idiot. That's okay. That's 9 plus 4.
Yeah.
13 points, that's nothing!
Oh, that's potions you figured out.
Yeah, they're not worth very much. Alright, I'll do. Hey, so, ow! Does anyone have any kind of healing lined up that maybe to... Oh, God, there's so much acid. I use shape water to try and get some of the acid out of my face. Ow! But it only lasts for 10 minutes. So guys, we can't do anything to it either. We just put this on pause. But that's great
Can
for
we
right
get
now.
out of here?
We kind of have to, at least this is bad for us. Let's get out.
I'm gonna get the silver dragon.
Okay, bye!
So you're gonna face 2 black dragons.
Yeah.
Cool.
As we decide to bail from this dragon fight, I remove my Earth Elemental Form.
Sorry about that, I should maybe have said something.
And then I cast Cure Wounds.
Thanks.
How bad is it? I mean,
It's pretty bad.
it's pretty bad.
I'm down.
Okay,
at least
while I
50
do that, I
hits.
will check on the Empress to see
I
if
cast
there's
it at
anything
4th
like
level then.
medicine-y I can do.
With the soup. No, Aurora, you gotta get a cleric. We gotta get the clerics. Ow, my eyes. God damn.
You need to make a dexterity check to see whether or not you can scoop up the last physical remains of
24.
before it's completely
Thank you.
melted away.
From me.
Was it a saving throw?
No, just a dex
run
check.
A dex, so this plus my... Which dex?
Okay.
This
So,
one.
yeah, you're modified.
Modifier plus 5, that is 17, 18, 19, 20, 22.
Yeah, you just grab the last of a hand.
Okay, good, that's perfect.
Oh, God.
That's fine.
Wait, we need to do something.
Listen, David bailed. He's gonna have to. I can't follow.
Now let's get out of here.
Alright.
Goodbye, Empress. I didn't get you back.
What's on the other side of the door?
Again,
You want to loot a treasure room?
No,
Yeah, again, you see soldiers arrive at the scene.
Oh, okay.
Chaos across here. Dragons attack the city, and
Listen, guys, the castle's under attack. The city's under attack by black dragons. This is the last of the Emperor. We're very sorry. Do you have someone who can fix that problem?
you can see the Lord Frederick Roomseer, the magical advisor, arrives and give it to me.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Get out of here, because that black dragon in there isn't going to be there for long.
And then you see him just move his hand and he creates the stone wall you have previously just blocking the door at this point.
Yeah, cool. That's gonna maybe keep him back for a while.
Let's go out in the streets and help.
Okay.
We should find our 300 soldiers.
A private army.
Yeah.
I need my armor.
But
So back to the guild. We had rooms at the guild place, so we probably also have some of our stuff there, right?
I
Yeah.
have most of my stuff now. I mean, my armor isn't. It doesn't.
Oh, but those who need their stuff.
And as you assist Othstar, again, he's so old at this point that it's not a fair fight. He is getting beaten. But I take it this is where you
Yeah.
Cool. Would you describe what we see appearing in the sky?
Well, I'm gonna see it because we left.
Now again, with the rest of people, the spectators.
Well, the people see what's it called? Derry flying up into the skies, and then a sharp cry coming, and then he comes back down, and there's been a glamour effect cast on what's it called? Anastasia.
Yeah.
So she's now red. These small black crosses on her wings, and then behind him comes a legion of dragon riders.
Actually, winged drake.
Winged drake riders, yes. Who all move in and using wands, magic missile, start shooting down the dragons.
What?
This is the Prismatic Legion, I believe it's called. The task force created by Darius in order to combat the Black Dragons.
Ah.
What, you did that under the one shot?
Ah, nice.
And he's the Red Baron, that's why I know.
And he turned Anastasia into a plane.
Yeah.
Also, I'm definitely wearing one of the little aviator things with eyes on.
Of course.
Oh my god!
Right of the Valkyries.
Yes, obviously.
So, as we briefly leave our heroes in this chaos, we move up north, past the mist that separates the continents of Trinevalt from the Oblivion Rim. Moving in the mist, we see a looming shadow make its way down south, its course that of the shores of Landford. For centuries, it had remained hidden, almost forgotten by the mainland. But after a millennium, the island of Briarweld once more returned, and with it, a great evil most thought destroyed. In the heart of this ancient forest, we see a small hut in the middle of a clearing that all the native denizens avoid like plague. Inside the hut, we see an elderly woman sit in a rocking chair. Her blemished skin has a blue hue, and her dull, long black hair is wilted to the point it almost forms braids. Many names has she earned through her life, but for the people of Briarweld, she is known as Mother Crow. To the people of Trinevalt, however, she is known by a far more hated name. In the distance, a large crow descends from the sky and lands at the woman's feet. It shuffles from side to side, its head begins to shake as it's transformed into a human man in white and black armor. His hair is short and red like amber, and his brown eyes are cold to behold. For if the eyes are the soul's windows to the soul, then they would only reveal an endless void. We see the woman get up from her chair and gently caress the man's chin and kiss him on his lips. And when their lips unlock, we see that the woman has regained her youth. Once more, she is in her true form, beautiful and alluring. Her skin is deep blue, smooth and with a shine to it like a precious gemstone. Her long black hair untangles and her dirty clothes revert back to the purple and black dress she wore when she was still queen. The man in armor kneels down, and from his satchel he procures a golden tiara, which he presents to the woman. She smiles as she claims the tiara and places it on her head. The man gets up again, and we see him salute the woman before reverting into a crow and leave her side. The woman then exits the hut, and once it's out, she gives a brief glance to her prisoner, chained to a dead tree. The prisoner is the demigoddess Artio, now too weak to even growl at her captor. Her once lustrous green fur is matted and grey, and her impressive bulk has shrunk down to that of an ordinary bear. We see the woman smile at the suffering of Artio, but she revels in the weakness and submission of others. She then walks in a small circle. Each step she takes, a small plateau of barren earth pushes her up, further and further still, until she stands on top of a 100-foot pillar, high above even the tallest trees of Baravel's ancient trees. With the smallest gesture, the woman reshapes the earth to form a throne and sits down. Her eyes are fixed towards the south, and we see hundreds of crows fly by her side, yet not one of them utter a single call. It's been far too long, my royal subjects. We see a wicked smile form on her lips. But your queen is finally returning. And that is the end of the session.
Yeah.
That's a
Like the
fucking-
Witch
that's a
Queen.
viral callback. That's
Boy.
first session stuff.
Yeah.
First session that we were in Briarwell, and they said, there's this hag that lives in the forest that we need to determine he's still there. We were like, nah, we're gonna get out of here. Bye. We met a guy who had a totem of the goddess Artio. Straight up. I don't know why I remember that and not what happened yesterday.
Oh shit! Big bad, big bad, big bad.
Thanks for listening. The intro music was by Philip Fischer, whereas the outro music was by Martin Kerr. The other pieces which are mentioned in the description down below were by Kevin MacLeod and Enda Genye. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we hope to see you again in Doraken.